What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video, man. Today we're talking about the Notre Dame versus Georgia game. Notre Dame wins 23-10, beating the SEC champion Georgia Bulldogs. It was an ugly game, bro. It was an ugly game. It wasn't no high-scoring affair. I know 23 points is, it's not low scoring, but it's definitely not a high-scoring game. So, entertainment value wasn't always there, but as someone who likes Notre Dame, I can say I enjoyed the game, man. And as someone who doesn't really like Georgia, I really enjoyed the game to see them lose. I can't lie. The first thing I want to talk about when I talk about this game, I've been seeing a lot of people on social media, TikTok comment sections, all of this type of stuff of people coming up with excuses for Georgia, saying that, well, if they didn't get the kick return touchdown, they wouldn't have won. If they didn't get a turnover. These are all things that are a part of the game. You can't say that special teams is some sort of like fluke. That's a literal part of the game. That when you go into a game that special teams is gonna happen. Like there's gonna be kickoffs, there's gonna be field goals. You have to prepare for those situations. You have to be ready for those situations. It's a reason coaches say that you have to execute in all three phases. And if you don't, you will lose the game. You saw that's what happened to Georgia. So don't act like it's some sort of fluke or some sort of excuse that Notre Dame was able to execute in the third phase being special teams and Georgia was not. That's not some sort of thing that you can use as if this didn't happen, things would have been different. Okay, you know what I mean? They lost the game. They should have been able to execute in that phase. So I hate when people use that as an excuse, saying that this kick return touchdown was a fluke, this and that. That's a load of what. So with that being said, congratulations to Notre Dame. They ensured that you got Marcus Freeman. He's going against Penn State and their head coach James Franklin. So they ensured that a black head coach will be in the national championship game on January 20th, I believe. So that'll be awesome to see. It'll be the first time in FBS history. So that'll be awesome to see. I would like to see Notre Dame win. Not only would I like to see Notre Dame win, I think they will win. I think Penn State's not very talented of a team. They're very well coached on defense. Offensively, I've seen them make so many just boneheaded decisions, in my opinion. When you look at the Boise State game, they should have won that game by a lot more points, in my opinion. It was clear that Boise State could not handle them physically at the line of scrimmage. Penn State would get 5 yards of carry. They would get, it would be first down, they get 5 yards. Second down, they get 4 yards. It's 3rd and 1 now, and they decide to do a trick play and toss back to the receiver. He tries to throw a touchdown pass or something crazy. Just run the ball again, bro. You were way better than Boise State. They obviously can't handle you physically. Just go ahead and run through their face, man. But for some reason, Penn State kept making those type of decisions, and that's what kept Boise State in the game. It was a lot closer of a game than it needed to be, in my opinion. With that being said, Penn State has a great quarterback, Drew Aller. Drew Aller's been, he's been having a good year this season. He's been having an under-the-radar year because a lot of people don't like to give Penn State their credit. They are a good team. I'm not saying they're not a good team, but some of their decision-making is shocking to see. So, but they do have lots of talent at the quarterback position in Drew Aller. So that'll be good to see him against a top 5 defense in Notre Dame. Let's see how he reacts to that, to those corners, to those safeties they got back there at Notre Dame. Xavier Watts being, probably one of the best safeties, if not the best safety in the country. So that'll be a good matchup to see. I think Notre Dame is going to win that game, but I'll probably get into that in another video. But let's talk about Georgia a little bit. Another excuse I was seeing was that Georgia's playing with a backup quarterback. Hey, bro, everybody's got injuries at this time of the year, bro. This like, 15, 16 games into the year at this point? Everybody's got injuries. Everybody's missing pieces. Notre Dame is missing literally the best corner in the country, Benjamin Morrison. He's been out for some time now. There's no excuses at this point in the year, bro. If you got injuries, you should have been a deeper team. You should have had your backups ready. There's no reason. You're playing a sport like football, bro. You know people are going to get injured. You know you have to have your backups ready. So I don't want to hear no excuses for Georgia. Great season in Georgia, by the way. They managed to win the SEC championship. A lot of people counted them out after their loss to Alabama. They were able to rally behind their team and get back going and make it to the SEC chip. So they had a great season, you know, and Kirby Smart's a great coach. But I don't see a lot of people talking about what I think was a really big time in the game when Notre Dame decided to go for it on 4th down. It looked like they were gonna punt, and then they switched out, put their offense back in, and Georgia did not know how to react. And I believe that's really a sign of coaching right there. That was a coaching point. A point goes to Marcus Freeman in that little coaching battle right there versus Kirby Smart in that decision, because he pulled his offense back onto the field. Kirby Smart rushed his defense back onto the field, and they ended up drawing an offside penalty, giving Notre Dame more life, 4 more downs to go, and being able to drive it out, keep running the ball, and keep milking the clock. So with that being said, man, Marcus Freeman won the coaching battle, and I think that's really what separated the game, because Georgia, like I said at the start, it was an ugly game. Georgia, honestly, could have won that game if they had better coaching and if they were able to execute in all 3 phases. This is not an excuse for Georgia, because that's why they lost. They should have executed in all 3 phases, but because they didn't, they lost the game. And that's what's going to happen to anybody. Any of these 4 teams left now, we only got 4. Any of those teams, I guarantee you, if they turn the ball over, if they don't execute in all 3 phases, they will lose the game. So Texas, Ohio State, they both need to execute. They both need to take care of the ball. Same goes for Penn State and Notre Dame. So we got some great games coming up. Texas, Ohio State, I will give my predictions to that upcoming this week. Also the predictions for Penn State, Notre Dame. You know, spoiler alert, I think Notre Dame's gonna win that game. But with that being said, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, leave a comment. Tell me who you think is going to win the national championship. Tell me who you think is going to be going to the national championship as well. So with that being said, leave a like on this video. Hopefully you comment. Hopefully you subscribe from this video. And I'm out.